Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to talk about how to select water type. And I think, Adam, first of all, people have a split in their decision-making process. First of all, that's kind of what you would do normally. And then everybody asks this question, what about during peak week? You know, when do I switch to distilled water, quote unquote? So let's talk about just in general, as you're living your life. You and I, in between breaks, we were just taking slugs of water here. What kind of water are you drinking over there in Columbus, Ohio?
I'm just drinking typical Columbus, Ohio tap water.
Right out of the tap. Same here, same here. It's probably more dangerous over here in Evansville. I'm getting all of your Ohio River waste. But yeah, you know, there are pros and cons to different kinds of water. We know that bottled water typically even has more bacteria than municipal water that's treated. So that's a factor. A lot of people are using their own home filtration systems, which can even also get gummed up. I mean, you got these housing units with filters that could be housing bacteria. So I'm not going to sort through all of that and tell you what's perfect. I'm not in my backyard boiling water and putting chlorine in it to make sure it's perfect. I'm just drinking whatever's there. I trust the system. But when we get to peak week, Adam, would you make any changes and why?
I typically wouldn't, because it's just going to be what's available to the client, and they might get to a completely different area, and you know, they might not be able to find like the same distilled or bottled water that they were drinking. So I'm really okay with tap water. It's not going to make a difference on a physiological level in terms of how they look, as long as that hydration's there. I will say, like you said, there can be, like you said, the bacteria could be an issue that maybe could make somebody sick, but that's just something that I think is a variable that I'm willing to chance, because chances are almost every competitor is drinking the tap water unless their plan specifically says like drink distilled or spring water. But there's really not that big of a difference in, there's no difference in hydration tactic with that.
So you and I have that same opinion, but I don't think that's the norm, because I hear a lot of clients freak out. Like they think there has to be an exact kind of water. This goes way back 20 and 30 years ago when people would do just distilled water. And the original reason why was because, of course, everybody was trying to get rid of all sodium. You know, the traditional peaking was to sodium load at the beginning of the week and then drop it down to nothing. And even in just, you know, a municipality water source, or, you know, if you had a water softener here in the Midwest, you know, getting rid of minerals out of your water. And so people freaked out about that. And that's where the whole distilled water thing came from. But I will say, I agree completely. Your liver, your kidneys, by the time you're drinking all this water, you're just worried about hydration. But I think there is some value to think of a more natural mineral source. So unfortunately, you see that some companies that sell spring, quote unquote, water are really just, you know, in a garage with a water hose, or it's really filtered water. You know, at least a company like Dasani says our water is triple filtered, blah, blah, blah. And they add back in a mineral base, and it actually makes it very neutral. I've tested the alkalinity and acidity, the pH balance of water, and I don't know if this holds true now, but when I tested it, Dasani water was, you know, a pH of a perfect 7. So I think something like that can be, you know, maybe valuable. But my biggest point as you is just consistency. You know, once you get to that venue on a Thursday or Wednesday, whenever you're arriving, whatever water you're drinking, you're just going to be consistent, and your body's going to have adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
Any final words on that, or are you pretty settled with just water's water, let's go?
Yeah, I'm pretty settled on water's water.
All right, well, there you go. Another thing you guys don't have to worry about, don't have to obsess about that, which Adam and I completely agree. So thank you guys, and we will catch you next time.